Hello everybody. In this video, we are going to speak about how we can improve our performance in a React application. And for this, we will use code splitting and we will see how we can use React.lazy and also Suspence to improve our performance in React. So first, we create a project and then we can see where is the performance problems and how we can increase the performance of our application. So let's do this. Let's create a new project. I open a new terminal here and I say npx create React app and the name, for example, performance improvement or any name you want. So npx create React app and name. So it will be installed and we need to wait for our project to be installed. And that's it. So let's move to the performance and open VS Code using code dot and the project will be opened here. So inside of src, let's zoom a little bit. Okay, that's much more better. So let's delete app.css, I don't need it, and delete app.test, delete logo.svg, and report web vitals, and set up tests. And inside of React index.js, let's delete these comments and this line, and also let's delete this, and change the name of app.js to app.jsx, and let's delete everything and let's say RAFCE. So I create a new raw component here and that's it. So I want to use a class name of app for all of my app component, and let's delete this app, and inside of app I want to have two different sections. The first section is links, so I have a division with name of links, and also I have a division with name of wrapper, and let's format document. Okay, that's it. I want to use React Rotterdam, so let's install it. I say npm I React Rotterdam to have access to SPA functionality. And okay, it is installed. Let's say npm start to start our application, and it is starting. Let's see, do we have any error or not? Console, no, we don't have any error. That's good. So let's start. The first thing is I want to use routing. So I need to use a browser router, and I go to the index.js and import it first. So import browser router from React Rotterdam, and instead of React.strict mode I use browser router. Now I have access to it, all of my project. And then let's create some pages. So I create a new component named pages, and you can use components, and inside of it you can create your components, but because these components are going to be used as our pages, I create them inside of this folder. So let's create homepage.jsx, and let's create RFCE. Okay, this is just a test page, so I simply inside of div I create an h1 and I copy it multiple times. That's it. So this is my home page. And let's close it. Let's have another page. For example, login page.jsx. Again, RAFCE. And if you're asking what is this RAFCE, you can see that it is extension of ES7 Plus. Let me show you here. ES7 Plus. I'm using this extension and it creates new components for me using RAFCE, and that's it. So let's create RAFCE, and again let's have an h1, copy it multiple times, and after this let's have register page.jsx RAFCE, and multiple times. That's good. Next thing can be, we have register and we can have a login page.jsx. Do we have login? Yes. Home, login, register. That's good. So after this, we can simply use, for example, FAQ page.jsx, RAFCE, H1, and copy it. Okay. Also, we can have, let's say, services page.jsx. And let's create, we have an H1, and let's copy it multiple times. And that's it. Now let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have 5 pages and we can use them. So in order to use them, you know that we can use routes, and for linking to each of them, we need to have the link component. So let's import the required components from React router DOM. I want to use link. The first thing is I want to use link. So inside of my links division, I simply can use this link component. This must be capital L, and any link goes to somewhere, for example, a slash, and also it has a label of, let's say, home. So let's copy it multiple times. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 5. The next thing is, the first thing is home. Then let's say we have login page and register and a slash FAQ and a slash services. And the label for it would be login, register, and FAQ, and also services. So let's format our document. And I'm using Prettier. Let me show you. To format my document, I'm using this extension. So let's check the result. Okay, refresh. Let's close this. Okay, now this is it. Let's have a little style for this, because this is really not beautiful and I don't like it. So inside of index.css, let's delete everything and have a CSS reset of padding of 0, margin of 0, box sizing of border box, and also a font family of Arial. That's it. Okay, that's much more better. Now we have .app and .links and the next thing. So let's have a .app class, and inside it we can say your width is 100 viewport width and your height is 100 viewport height. That's it. And for the .links, we can simply use your width can be 100% of your parent, and your padding is 1 rem from all of the sides. And let's have a background color of 999. Let's check. Okay, not bad. Now let's have a display of flex. Display of flex and a justify content of center and align items of center. And also let's have a gap for them. So the gap can be 1 rem. Okay, not bad. And that's it. So let's format. I think this is good for our styles. Or for justify content, let's use flex start. And it is better. Okay, no, that's good. And this is for my styles. The next thing is we want to have the routing. So we need to use two different components, routes and route. So inside of wrapper, let's create them. So I want to have some routes. It must be inside of this. And then I have some route. Any route has a to and also an element. So the first thing is a slash, and a slash, the element of this must be home page. It imports automatically? I'm afraid you can see that it is not. No problem. Let's import our home page from slash pages slash home page. It is the first thing. Let's import all of them first. So the first thing is home, and then we have the login page. After login, we have register page. Let's change the name also. After register page, we have FAQ or frequently asked questions. And after frequently asked, we have services. So homepage from homepage, login page from login, register from register, FAQ page, and services page. That's it. So let's work on them. So the first thing is my home page. So now I have imported my home page, and that's it. Let's copy and use it for login page. The next thing is, of course, the register, and for register we use register page as its element. After register we have FAQ, and the element would be FAQ, and finally we have the route to services, and it must be services page. Let's format our document. Okay, now we have the route to all of them, and I have linked to all of them. Let's check the result, and let's see. Okay, no routes matched location slash. So what is the problem? Let's check inside of index.js. We have browser router. That's good. And here we have the roads, and we have some roads, and oh, this is not two. This must be path. This is the path. And that's it. Format. Okay, let's refresh. Let's close this. Okay, now you can see that I have home, login, register, FAQ, and services, and I have all of my routes. So in this scenario, you can see that it is a real world scenario, and in a real world scenario, you will have a lot of pages, and you need to import them here on the top and use them inside of your routes. And this has a performance issue. Let me show you. If I open my inspect and come here to source, and here inside of top localhost, statics and everything, you can see I have a bundle.js. You know that the webpack will bundles everything inside of a file, and it will receive to the front end, and the browser will run this. But this is not a good idea to bundle everything. For example, let me show you. Let's say I'm in home, and let's close this and open our project again. So terminal, Control C to start. So I use npm start. When I try to start, it will start from this slash route, and it will renders home page. You can see it. But let me show you here. It will also bundles everything that is imported. You can see here that we are importing a lot of things, and they are all being bundled to be accessible. And this is not a good best practice for our routing. So we want to handle this and change the performance and make it better. So how we can do this? Simply we can use React lazy loading. In React, this is the documentation of React, official documentation, and you can see that this lazy lets us to defer loading components code until it is rendered for the first time. So in the first time, we are going to render this home page, but actually we don't need any of them, any of the other pages, until we change our route to them. So we can, using lazy, we can handle this. Let me show you how this can be implemented. So let's have a comment. This is an ordinary loading. Okay, now I want to have lazy loading for them. So in order to do this, I need to import something from React, and it is lazy. So how we can handle this? The first thing is we need to uh, define them as a variable. So I say const of exactly this name, but this time it is lazy of, and lazy is a function that receives, you can see it receives a factory. So we say that you need to import exactly this route. So let's import, and no, let's comment this. We need to comment everything and make them again. So let's simply copy this and create login page. So login page is, let's copy this, importing this, copy again. Let's define register page and copy this. I will explain all of them. I just want to be quick, so I will simply copy pasting everything from the top to the bottom. Then we will check it. And finally, we need to have service page, copy and paste. Okay, now you can see that instead of ordinary loading, we are lazy loading everything. For example, home page is lazy of import slash pages slash home page, login page slash login page, register slash page slash register, FAQ slash page slash FAQ, and services page slash service page. Now we have everything, but this time they are lazy loading. So let's format document and let's check. So let's refresh, and we are in slash home. So let's close and open to show you everything from the starting of our application. So cls npm start. Let's see what is going on. Okay, our project will be opened on a slash row. So this time let me show you the source, and here you can see that like the bundle.js, we have another thing which is a chunk. So there is another piece of code, and you can see its name is src underline pages underline homepage underline jsx.chunk.js. This time just React just imports this part, and we don't have another's. Let me show you. If I click on login, you can see that it is importing src underline page underline login page.jsx, but there is an error, and error says that a component suspended while responding to synchronous input. And this means that when we are using lazy loading, we need to use suspend. So let's import suspend, and the suspend handles the time when our component is loading. So we need to wrap everything that are going to be imported lazily inside of suspend. So let's create them up here, suspense, and the suspense is around the roads. So let's format document. Also, suspense has a fallback prop that can be everything that will be rendered when the component is loading. Let me show you. For example, we can simply use an h1 and the name is loading, and that's it. So let's format document and let's format again. Okay, now you can see that we have src page home page, and if I click on login, you saw that the loading was shown, and it loaded src page login page on the jsx.chunk. If I go to register, you can see register is now importing, and this chunk is imported. Also, let's check FAQ. You saw the loading. In the meantime, it is loading. The loading will be shown, or instead of this h1, you can use a spinner or anything you want, and it will be shown. And now the chunk of register page is loaded, and finally the services, you can see that the service is loaded and its chunk is loaded. So using this technique, you can see that we divided here, let me show you, we divided these rows into different chunks using this lazy loading, and all of chunks are imported only when we need it. So in the first time and the initial time of our project, they all will not be bundled, so the response time and the bundle size would be increased and our performance would be improved. So let me show you again I did not delete them because I want to show you again. So I comment all of these and I uncomment the ordinary loading to check them again. So you can see that now we are importing everything as our ordinary. And let's refresh and go to home page. You can see that now inside of static we just have bundle.js, and with loading the bundle would not be changed. You can see it is fixed and that's it. But if I change, so I comment all of them and uncomment the lazy loadings, now everything is loaded with this lazy loading, and on the fallback we are rendering this h1 which says loading. Let's use an inline style for it, or a class name of uh, loading. So for this loading, inside of this wrapper, we can say that for this loading, your color is red and your font size is 60 pixel. So let's refresh. Now you can see it. And let's see if we can see it better. So if I use fast 3G, okay, now you can see it and it is loading. You can see that because I lowered my speed, so now we can see it. You can see that everything is falling, and when it is falling back, the loading will be shown, but in the next time it is not being shown. Why? Let me show you again. Inside of source, this is the beauty of lazy loading. So the first time they are not loaded, so you can see that now it is showing and it loaded. Register FAQ, check it here. Oh, it is loaded. Services, and now all of them are loaded. But this time, because they are all loaded, it will not run this fallback because everything is loaded and its chunk are ready. So we don't see that loading, and that's so good. So you see, and inside of this documentation you saw that we imported lazy from React and we changed the ordinary import to a lazy in a lazy, and inside of this lazy we used the import and we changed everything to import them using lazy loading. So this was the video, and we talked about the code splitting and lazy loading, and I will upload all of these codes to the GitHub, and the link would be inside of this video description if you want to use it. I hope this video helps you. Let me know if there is any opinion or any comments, and like this video, leave some comments for me and subscribe to my channel. Have a good time and goodbye.